I'll give you guys an example of where I've done this. So at the end of last year, 2023, David and I went to New Zealand and Australia for the holidays, and I have an abdomen routine that I was doing and typically do every day, and I stopped it. When we were on that trip, we were having a ton of fun. There was a lot to see. We were getting up early. We were off on excursions that were sometimes all day, bus tours and boat tours and various things. There was a lot going on, and so I fell off of this habit of working on my abdomen and doing these core workouts. And when I got back from the trip, I didn't immediately restart. And finally, it took until basically mid-June, so 5 to 6 months of me having fallen completely off the path, where I started to say, you know, this is affecting your running. You're not running as well as you used to, and those core workouts are rumored to really help with that. You don't like how you look as much in the mirror, and summer is basically here, and you've gained some weight, and you're just not feeling as good about yourself. You have to restart. And so I did. And it was really difficult because I had let 5 or 6 months go by. And during this period of time, I'd sort of started this terrible pattern of thinking, in a few months, what's another couple of days? You can start next week, or it's the winter, it's not like you're out in bathing suits anywhere anyway. No one's gonna notice, it's okay. But what I realized is that those were just sort of stories that I was telling myself to make myself feel better. At the end of the day, this was important to me, and I did feel good when I was doing it. It's been tough restarting. When I finished these ab workouts at the end of last year, where I was when I took off or left, I could do about 20 or 25 minutes between all my various workouts: butterfly kicks, bicycle kicks, planks, crunches, isometrics. The whole workout took me about 25 minutes, and I could go through all these various stages. Now, or when I restarted, I could only do about 3 or 4 minutes before I thought, that's kind of like what I have to give. And just in the first 3 to 4 weeks of being back on the sauce and back on the wagon of doing this, I'm already up to 12 to 15 minutes, and I am feeling so much better about myself. And I'm not feeling better because I've seen these great results yet, and I'm loving how I look and everything is fixed, and I'm back to where I was, but I'm feeling better because I'm making the right decisions, and I'm investing in a choice. It's hard to make. I don't always want to do it, but I'm proud of myself for getting back on the wagon and doing these things pretty much every day, logging it in the Excel spreadsheet. I'm focusing on the lead measures, those behavioral influenceable things that I can control, and it feels good to make the right choice and do the right thing. But I don't doubt that this would have been an even easier or better or more successful return to where I was if I hadn't waited so long, if I had been there in February or at the end of January instead of waiting until June. What I often see is that we sometimes have not done something for so long, the new habit has formed over that old habit, that it's so much momentum to restart, because it is more momentum to restart something than just keep continuing something that's already in place. And we basically just let that weight or that dread of how hard it's going to be crush us. You see people that are in situations where they've gained 50 pounds over a period of years, or they're now at the dentist finding out they need a crown, or they have multiple cavities, or they have a root canal when they never had problems like that before, or a marriage has completely fallen apart. Whereas if we had just done the kind of hard work or stayed on track with those habits in the first place, we would have never have gotten to a point of such struggle. And so again, if you're in a position where you've just fallen off a routine or a habit for a week or 2 weeks, not all is lost. You can go back to it. And if you don't, it's going to be that much tougher when you do. So if you've fallen off of a habit, you're out of alignment with something that was important to you, stop overthinking it, stop trying to talk about the reasons why, stop feeling shame or regret or guilt. Just get back to it. Just say, today is going to be day one back on that pattern, and it's probably going to be tougher, and I'm not going to be restarting from where I left off, and that's okay, but I'm going to just start doing the right things, and I'm going to choose to feel proud of myself for that. Restarting is a great feeling, and this stomach stuff or abdomen stuff with me makes me realize that regardless of how much time goes by, it's never too late to restart, and you can build strength again, and you can pave over mistakes or things you wish you hadn't done. Just get going. You can restart at any time. You don't need to wait for the first of the year or a New Year's resolution or a doctor to tell you. You can just choose to do the right thing. And so with that, if you've got some habit that you're thinking, yeah, I used to do that and I used to feel good about that and I don't quite do that anymore, restart. Pick it and restart, make a commitment, and I'd love to hear any stories about this, something that you're doing again that you haven't been doing. It would be great to hear how you're feeling once you get back on those patterns and those routines. With that, everybody make a great day.